If you would like to create a Google Docs fillable workbook that you can share with people as a lead magnet, then you are in the right place because I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. So if you were wondering if you should do Notion, I'm here to confirm, as I did in my other video, you don't have to. I polled my audience. 87% would prefer Google Docs over Notion, which is why that's what we're going to create this in today and share it with. And so the first step for anybody is you want to create a folder. I created one that's called Shareables because if you accidentally delete them or change the permissions on them, then nobody can open them later. And that's not going to be a good experience for anybody. So inside of my shareables, I have one document called like a master copy where I put all of my styles. So over here, what I did is I have normal text, and all you have to do is you can change the font, you can change the size, the color, anything. It doesn't really matter. And then once you have it like perfect, you go over here to normal text and you click that button that says update normal text to match. And so every time I write something, here, like something. So all I have to do is highlight this. And if I have normal text, it will do that. If I do title, it'll do that. If I go to heading 1, it'll change that. So it like automatically does it on the fly. I created this one master document so I don't have to like keep redoing it. It's already in there. And then that way, when I make a new Google like workbook, I just do file, copy. I just make a copy of this and then they're already built in there. The second thing you want to do is your headers and footers. So over here, you can see it has a header at the top. I stretched it out. I want it to like push all the way to the top. But if you open up, like let's open up a new Google Doc just to show you, you'll notice there's some space and you can't really get into that header area. So two things you can do. One, you can double click in here and usually it'll just go into header. If not, you can go to File, Insert, and go down here to Headers and Footers, and you'll see header, and it'll just stick you right in there. So once you're inside of header, what you're going to do is you're going to go to header format, and you're going to change these both to 0 and apply. And then in order to drag and drop that header, you'll actually have to create it. Well, you can have it anywhere, but I created mine inside of Canva. It was really easy. All I did was say File, Create New Design, Custom Size. I changed the units to inches, and I said 8.5 wide by 1 inch tall. And then I had this. Now, if you want my Canva header, you can have it. I will leave a link to that below. But I just kind of styled it up and made it pretty. And it says the mid-month review, your copy and paste AI prompts. So what I did is I went ahead and I downloaded this as a PNG over here with the download button. Once I had it, I pulled it into my document. So inside of here, all we have to do, if the cursor is here inside of the header section, we're just going to drag and drop that image over here. Now you'll see it's still not stretched out correctly and there's that white space on the edge. So once you have it highlighted, so like as long as it's like highlighted over here, you're going to see this box at the bottom. You have wrap text, break text, behind, all that great stuff. You're going to choose wrap text, and then over here it's going to show you a margin. You're going to say 0, and now you can drag and drop that over here to the top left, and then drag and drop that out to the right, and now it's filled up the whole top. Now, same thing with the bottom. If you want to do the footer, double click inside of there or go to Insert, Headers and Footers, and head down here to Footer. And whoops. And once you're in here, what I like to do is just go ahead and center that text. And then you're going to go into Insert, Special Characters. You're going to look for Copyright. And it's just going to magically appear. And then once it magically appears, you are going to close this down. And then you can write whatever you want over here. And then once you've written that, I don't know why it keeps moving, you are going to be good to go. So now you have your header and you have your footer, and now we can stick some magical stuff in the middle. So here's what I like to do. So I like to say January goals. What is it? Or whatever question you want to ask, right? And so over here, I'm going to make this a header 1. And the reason I'm going to make it a header 1 is because it will automatically create a table of contents for me. So it always, like, as long as you mark something as a header. So in here, to make a fillable box, you're going to insert, and at the top, you're going to say table. We're just going to insert one table, just one little tiny cell, one by one. So over here, it's looking kind of ugly, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make this whole page a different color. So over here, we're going to go to File, Page Setup, apply to whole document. It should be like the default. And then over here for page color, I'm going to say something pretty like pink. So now my whole page is going to be pink. And now to make this box stand out, I'm going to highlight that one cell and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to the paint bucket and I'm going to make it white. And so now it's very obvious to someone looking at this Google Doc where they need to start typing. Start typing here. And then if you just hit the return button, however many times you hit the return button is how big it will be, or you can delete some of those carriage returns and it will shrink and be smaller. So it's really up to you. So same thing over here. We can say January habit. What is it? And what I like to do once I create a box, if the next one's going to be the same, I just copy and paste it. There's no reason to keep recreating a table and using the paint bucket. So now if I want to come up here and let's say I want to put in a table of contents, it's really easy. All I have to do is go here to insert, drop down to table of contents, select any of those, just doesn't really matter the format because you're going to change it. And then, well, you don't have to change it. I personally don't like the default format, so I change it. So over here, I usually just put some bullet points. I say usually, this is the first time I've really used this. And then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to change this to say purple or whatever I want. So if we go back to my prettier document over here, you can see that I have written other things in there and I've also numbered these and I said clickable links below. Now, once you have everything done, you're all formatted, you put all your questions in, all of your fill in the blank boxes, then to share this, what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to the share button and you'll notice right here it says restricted. That's like the default. So you're going to now share anyone with the link. Don't freak out. You have to do that. Otherwise, they can't view it. Now, you don't have to make them an editor or commenter. That would be kind of weird. You're just going to make them a viewer and you're going to say done. Now, at the top here, it's going to say this really, really, really long thing of letters and numbers. And you're going to just highlight where it says edit and beyond. And you're going to change that word to copy. That's all you have to do. And then you just highlight everything, Control A before you hit return. Control C to copy it. And now when you share this link with people, this is what they will see. They won't be able to go into your document. They won't be able to do anything else. They'll just have to click make a copy. It will then make a copy. And now it's in their Google Drive and you don't have to worry about it ever editing your original. So I hope that was super easy to follow, but let's recap really quick. So what did we do? Step one was I advised, and this isn't necessary, but create a folder called shareables. Second thing you need to do is create a styles sheet so you have all of your different text and format options saved in a master copy that you can then just keep making a copy of for future Google Fillable workbooks. The third thing you want to do is add in that footer up here at the top. So you can create that inside of Canva. I left a link for you below to mine if you'd like to use that. And then you can also do the same thing for the footer as well. And the next step is you are going to just start writing stuff, whatever you feel like writing. And then to make one of these fillable boxes, you are going to come up here to the top, insert table, and just do one little table block. Then you're going to come in here and you're going to use the paint tool or the paint bucket and make it white. That's assuming the rest of the page is a different color. And the reason I think white is just more intuitive, like the white space looks like you should write in it. The colored space looks like you shouldn't write in it because it's been styled and colored. So to do that, you're going to go to File, Page Setup, and you're going to make sure whole document's applied, page color. You're going to choose whatever color you want. So we could change this to yellow and we could say, okay. And now the whole thing is yellow. Usually it's like a nice color, but kind of light, not like overbearing. Otherwise you're not going to see the other text in here. So the last step, once everything is perfect, is you're going to go to the share button. You're going to make sure anyone with a link can share, viewer status. And then when it's done up here at the top, you're going to take everything from edit beyond and you're going to write the word copy, and you're going to do Control A, Control C to copy that. And now every time someone gets that link, they'll get this prompt to make a copy. So that's a wrap on how to create a fillable workbook using Google Docs. I hope that was helpful, and I hope to see you today at the 11 a.m. mid-month review. All right, bye.